everybody, this is RT3, or Butane-free.
Today's review has been brought to you by Gandal City's Farmer Market, being kept free of apples and llamas since 2015.
So, my name is, I think my name is Blythe. I don't know. I can't remember. Oh wait, it is weird. And I have my, my friends here. Yay, friends. They can introduce themselves. First we have...
My name is CC Trainer Ling, and as you know, I just love me a good review. So, bada boom, realest guy in the review, how you doing?
And then we have...
Yeah, we also have your boy Downloads Bacon, okay? Talking really tough, okay? You guys don't want to mess with me. No one mess with you up.
Choose your episode.
Seeing red.
So, I guess, with all that out of the way, let's check it out.
Today's episode is Seeing Red. The plot here is in an effort to become less sensitive, Penny Ling learns to be tougher through the guidance of a red panda named Scarletta Red. Meanwhile, Blythe writes a short story based on her parents when they were teenagers, but when Roger accidentally discovers her story on her laptop, he begins to think it's anything but fiction.
That's fanfiction for you. So I guess, guys, we should start off with our first positive, and that is Penny Ling! Yay.
Of course, everybody loves Penny Ling, and people who don't, what are they? Couple of haters? Couple haters?
Yes, most likely. I don't like it when people hate. I prefer a much more peaceful environment filled with flowers and rainbows and butterflies and happy things. Yeah.
Yeah, and if anyone doesn't like Penny Ling, mess them up, you know? It's space, you know?
I really liked how Penny Ling was in this episode. She was so cute and adorable. She was so, but she didn't want people to think she was cute. Oh, no. She didn't want them to think she was cute at all. She was crying and stuff, and look, and she was just so cute and adorable. Penny Ling was so cute.
Yeah, Penny Ling was adorable. I thought she was the cutest thing in the world, especially with her giggling and laugh. I thought it was really cute. And, her crying, it's so much power that it knocked Blythe off her feet.
Well, yeah, that's what you get when you have a really sensitive panda. Now, I'm actually not gonna lie, I thought when this episode first came out, I wasn't really gonna like it too much because it showed that Penny Ling was crying a bit more than usual, and I didn't really understand at first why they wanted her to cry at every little thing. But right at the end, the ending scene with Scarletta, which we'll get to in just a few moments, it really put the episode back into perspective for me and showed that, hey, Penny Ling can be tough all she wants, but she still has that sensitive side that's really her. The tough side we've only seen occasionally if she's pushed in the wrong direction, but just seeing her try to act tough while really trying to balance that sensitive side, it really works. Really nice contrast in her character. It's honestly why she's like my favorite character in this whole series. Just that contrast on top of other things.
Yes, I agree. But I will also have to say about how I didn't think Penny Ling cried too much because I thought that she was probably just being more sensitive today because some days people could be a little bit more sensitive than they can other days and cry at things they wouldn't usually cry at. So that's how I saw it.
Yeah, I didn't see anything wrong with it at all. I mean, she's gonna cry. It happens. I mean, Pepper's squirter thing broke. So... and then the poem was really adorable. So, man, it pulls a little heartstrings.
It pulls so many heartstrings that you actually have to wipe the nose of a stuffed animal just to show how sad you are.
It just stopped squirting.
Yeah, context.
I really liked how Penny Ling was interacting with the other pets, especially with them going, Pepper and going up to her and be like, well, Penny Ling, I want to try this joke and see if it works, I want to see if it's, like, offensive, kind of like, maybe like Jane Cook or, like, Adam Sandler. So I got to see if it makes you cry first, It's kind of interesting to me that her friends don't mind her being sensitive and whatnot too much, so I kind of like that. It kind of feels weird since they're kind of saying, well, let's have it where... let's see if these jokes will make her cry, or let's see if this will make her sad. Not sure how to look at that, but if Penny Ling doesn't mind it, I don't mind it either. And then, it was pretty interesting knowing that Penny Ling, trying to be tougher, trying to talk with a more deeper voice like that, to try to, stand up tall, straight, do grr face, kind of like in Mulan. Let me see your wall face. I guess no one here has seen Mulan.
I've seen Mulan.
Everyone's seen Mulan. Come on, it's a good movie.
It's a great movie.
So Penny Ling sneaks out, and I thought, well, this is actually quite a surprise, being very tough and sneaking out, and even the bat. Bats are adorable in this world. was telling her, oh, it's the cute little panda lost. Of course, Penny Ling ain't got no time for that. And all of this that she did to go to Panda Fight Club, the top Panda Club, would have not been complete without the help of Scarletta.
Oh, Scarletta. So great. So awesome. So red. First time you see a red panda in this series. Probably the only time we're going to see a red panda in this series. And
It's unfortunate.
it is unfortunate, but we take it for what it's worth. She is just amazingly, I want to say, adorable and tough at the same time, if that's even possible. But guess what? I just made it possible. She's tough and adorable at the same time.
Yeah.
Yes, she was a great guest pet. I mean, probably one of my favorite ones this season so far. I mean, it makes a change for us to get a really, really good guest pet who's really influential to one of the main characters. And it plays off one of the main characters really well. In this case, Penny Ling and Scarletta contrasted really well with each other, with Scarletta being really tough and Penny Ling being her sensitive little Penny self. So Penny got inspired by Scarletta, and I like this because Penny kind of, in a sense, looked up to Scarletta to try and be, stronger, more tougher. And Scarletta sort of looked out for Penny Ling to try and stop her friends from, just treating her like she's always cute and adorable all the time.
Yeah. What I really liked about this character is that Scarletta kind of reminded me of Slappy Squirrel from Animaniacs. Just a little bit, at least with her presentation. So I thought that was something else. And seeing this tough, no-nonsense red panda was still something cool.
What really capped off with her character, besides having a little fantasy of her and Penny going in to the club with all these pandas, 3 of which were from Shanghai Hijinks, is right at the end where we see Scarletta break down into tears. And right there, like I mentioned earlier, that is what really brought the episode back to a nice full circle in my book. It showed, hey, Scarletta can be as tough all she wants, but she has that side of her that can sometimes come out when you least expect it. Much like how Penny has that tough side that comes out when you least expect it. So, again, much like it was mentioned earlier in this review, these characters have got nice contrasts, and Penny herself and Scarletta herself worked as good foils in this episode. I really don't think they could get any better than this. So yeah, we have our foil characters, but mostly Penny, who helped start off this episode. But we have to remember, with this whole crying thing, where did it originally start? Well, it's all thanks to the power of Blythe and her journal. And hey, speaking of Blythe, she's our next positive.
She's positively positive. It's Blythe Baxter. Yay. I thought Blythe was really good in this episode too. She was really concerned about the whole situation with Penny Ling, and she was the one who spoke to the other pets, saying how they made Penny Ling feel, because not everyone always knows how they make certain people feel, and why someone decides to make a change because of this. Blythe also wanted to make sure Penny Ling was safe when she went to go look for Scarletta. I also like that because it shows that Blythe wants her to still be independent, but at the same time she wants to make sure she's safe.
So, Blythe has seen enough after-school specials to know how this works, especially with her telling the other lady pets how she saw crying and stuff, and guess what? Scarletta comes out, so I think we should trust our little panda to go out it alone. So mad props to Blythe, especially getting the idea of what she should do, especially in this situation. Keep an eye on her, but not let Penny Ling know that, hey, I don't trust you with this.
But you know what I really liked? I liked how it was really convenient that Blythe was going out to the park to look after Penny and also Scarletta, and it was all based around, well, I guess hinted at, with that little short story that she was making about Roger and Betty from back in the day, from that journal entry. So I thought that was a really nice tie-in.
Yeah, I thought that worked. I thought that worked really well, especially with our next positive, which we'll discuss in a bit. But I like how both plots kind of tied in together in this way and made it work. It didn't feel forced. It felt all natural.
I agree. And I like it when the plots connect with each other, because, as I've said a few times in these reviews, I don't feel like this season has had enough connecting plots, but this one has decided to connect both the pet plot and the human plot together, also referencing a previous note, which is the journal from The Tortoise in the Air and Pitch Perfect, and a few other episodes that we can also note. So I'm glad that they brought back this note of the journal again, and they also mentioned Betty and Roger, which was really cute. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, it was really good. Although the one thing I kind of was maybe hoping for was maybe like a flashback to seeing Betty and Roger in their younger teenage days. I mean, that's what I thought going into the episode. Maybe Blythe was going to have a vision of what they'd look like, and maybe the audience could probably fantasize on what they looked like. But, yeah, it's really not a big deal, because we had a much bigger episode at hand. And even though it was a missed opportunity, I say it's, perfectly understandable.
I feel like maybe they want to leave it to an interpretation or something like that. Maybe.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Or possibly they could have had it in season 5.
Well, unfortunately, season 5 just does not exist.
Anyway, speaking of Betty and Roger, I guess Roger is our next positive.
Hey, that is R to you.
Roger! Yay!
R and B.
R&B.
Roger is such a louse. I'm not sure if anyone will get that reference, but oh well. Well, Roger, I like this because we had Roger in the whole father-daughter vibe thing, which I've missed a lot from him this season. And this is Roger's one of his more prominent appearances in this season so far. And it was nice to see. Actually, it's nice to see a different side of Roger, like a more emotional side of him, which we haven't really seen too much of. And I really enjoyed seeing his crying was really funny. I feel really mean for laughing at that, but yeah, his crying was pretty hilarious. he pulled a Penny Ling and just tears are just flowing like waterfalls.
Crying and crying and crying. It's like, oh, man up, you big baby.
Come on, man. Look at my eyes. I mean, you can't because, this is audio, but you see my tear ducts? They have shriveled because of this use. That's a man right there.
But it was all for a good reason. He thought his Blythe was gonna leave because of her story entry thing. So it's just showed how concerned Roger was with Blythe, and that he didn't really want her to go, but at the same time he trusted her. But at the same time he didn't trust her, so he kind of went and made sure that she was okay, kind of how Blythe did with Penny. So it's like both of them have faith in each other, but they also want to make sure that the other is safe.
Yeah, something that I kind of played in my mind when I was seeing that scene where they were tiptoeing following each other was that song from Freakazoid when they're trying to escape the prison cell and they're tiptoeing out of there. I don't know if anyone's seen that episode, but if you have, you'll get what I mean.
I don't know what you mean, but I'm sure someone will.
I honestly didn't really catch up on it because I was still laughing about Roger's insanely stupid Google search on accidentally finding something on his daughter's laptop and then not being able to tell her what he saw, and there's no results for it.
I'm actually surprised about that. I was expecting there to be some slightly, weird results from that search. He got lucky. He got really lucky.
Because honestly, there's just no way to react to that. There is just no response to that at all on that thing that he did. No one knows, so that's why you gotta just find videos of dads having wacky cleaning incidents. There's lots of results on that.
Yes, cleaning incidents.
just stepping on his daughter having a weird something that he sees on his daughter's laptop that no one else would. You get just what I'm trying to say here, but yeah.
That's Roger.
Yes.
Roger, you son of a.
He jumped to a typical fatherly conclusion.
Typical father conclusions. Yeah, I didn't think that really happened here. I mean, I thought it would happen because honestly, I'm just gonna say right now, is Roger, if you want to get technical with me about this, he didn't really react the way any normal parent would. If they found what would appear to be, let's say, like a plan that his daughter wrote to go meet some guy that he doesn't even know about somewhere in a large park somewhere, I think his first instinct would be, Blythe, who is this R person? Who is this B person? And how come I haven't ever heard of them before?
Yeah.
What do you plan on doing? Do you plan on eloping with these people? Or this person? Like, what's going on here? And I'm not letting you outside at night to see these people. Wow. I'm actually surprised that he didn't, try to jump the gun right there. But go on back.
Yeah, this is why he didn't jump to the typical fatherly conclusion, is he didn't really assume. He still trusted Blythe, and most fathers probably would have, just had it out with her already, but he was like, no, I trust Blythe, but I'll follow her anyway, to see what she gets up to.
Yeah, so basically he actually should have asked before he assumed. That is one of the best things about Roger. He's not going to be that typical parent who's going to jump right to the first conclusion that he just happens to think of. He actually wants to make sure that he's right about it before he ends up looking like a complete doofus at the end. He saw Blythe hugging something in that park, and he had the right to react the way he did, but then, just wasn't some dude, it was just a panda from the pet shop.
He was like, oh god, this is worse, no, it's a panda.
Do you know what I was thinking when I was watching the episode, actually? I thought that Roger was actually going to overhear Blythe talking to Penny and question her on it. But we didn't really get that. I was kind of expecting that, but it didn't happen.
The only indication we got was just Blythe fearing her secret might be revealed to her dad one day, saying that it's really hard to keep that secret from him. So...
That's why I thought it was going to happen. Like, here, I don't know. It just seemed that way to me. But it didn't, and so I don't know.
So it's all good. They had a nice little embracing moment at the end, and saying that Blythe's mom would be really proud of her and everything that she's done and all that good stuff like that. A happy little ending under a brightly lit moon. Hey, it was great.
Your typical dad ending.
Yeah.
So, any negatives?
Are you kidding me? Negatives in this review? Forget about it. There ain't no negatives here.
There are no negatives in my opinion.
Sorry, I mean, there's no negatives in my opinion at all.
What negatives? If anyone's got a negative, they're gonna answer me.
Oh, I don't know what's coming over me. I'm just, this weird, like, power building up.
Well then, I guess it's time for us to wrap it up.
Wrap it up. My final thoughts. Well, this episode wasn't exactly what I expected going in, because I was kind of on the impression it was going to be more about the Blythe actually, telling a flashback about her parents. But that wasn't what happened, but at the same time, it didn't really feel too bad. I usually, if this sort of thing happened, I would usually kind of be like, no! But here, I was like, wow! It still worked really well for what it did. So I'm really quite surprised at that. And this episode was really top tier in my opinion. Like a nice guest pet. We had some good Blythe and Roger moments. But one moment I didn't mention before was Mrs. Twomby's little animal puns moment. That was really funny. And Blythe being like, she's like, oh dear, can you take this pet to the daycare? Oh, I could be a dear, but who believed it? That's good. I love animal puns. So that was a cute moment. I love that. And the other pets got their good moments too, with Vinny and his little poem thing, and like him saying like maybe not when Penny starts crying about wanting to read the poem. So yeah, this episode has some great moments, some great things from the characters. So I have really no negatives about this one. So looking at this episode as a whole, I would actually give this one a 10. It just didn't do anything wrong in my opinion. Everything was spot on, and it was a great episode for Penny Ling, in my opinion, a pet who hasn't really had too many episodes. So it's nice to get one for her, and this one's probably one of my favorite ones of Penny Ling episodes so far. So yeah, I'll give this a 10.
Now as for myself, seeing Red is just great. There's just no other way to really describe it except maybe amazing, awesome sauce. There's all kinds of words you could use for this, but I'll just use great for now. Penny Ling trying to be tougher, it's hard to do. I mean, she can do it, but she always has that sensitive side. That's who she really is. And mainly the whole point of this whole show, at least in most episodes, if not some, is that it's all about being yourself. You don't have to be someone different just to get other people to like you or change their opinion about you. You just gotta be yourself, and hey, if they really are your friends, then hey, they'll accept you. But it always was good to see that, Penny wants to do some better for herself, so I always give her some respect for that. We have Scarletta, really tough, taking Penny under her wing, or gives her her tail, and wanting her to, shaping up, just be a little tougher, and getting into the Panda Club. Tough Panda Clubs are always cool, but of course Scarletta isn't always what she's cracked up to be. She has that soft, sensitive, crying side. There's always more to a character than meets the eye, so that's always good to see. They had the little moment at the end. That was good. It brought everything full circle with these foils. Blythe was great. Loved everything about her plot, especially with Roger. Roger did not jump the gun, which I thought he would, but he didn't. It just shows how much of a trusting guy he is, and a really good father he has been to Blythe. And yes, Betty or Lauren would be really proud of her. Yes, all of it is yes. Overall, seeing Red, amazing, awesome sauce, great, whatever it is, it's still worthy of being an A+ episode. So as far as my final score is concerned, I think I'll just have to give it a 10 out of 10 as well. Originally I was going to rate it a little bit lower, but after really going through this episode again and again and again, there really is nothing wrong with it. Another perfect Penny episode. Hey, no hate here.
Yeah, alright, so overall for me, I'll give this episode a 10 out of 10. Yeah, I said it, 10 out of 10. Pretty cool. Want to fight about it?
Yeah, I actually do want to fight about it. You got nothing to say on this episode? You got nothing to say except a perfect 10?
Alright, what? Let's slow down. Come on, son.
Yeah, come on.
All right.
Bring it on. Come on, let's do it.
What?
What?
Stop! Just no fighting, please.
I'm gonna punch you later. but for you, I guess.
Yeah, that's right.
You can get
This review was
Awesome sauce.
yes.
Oh, indeed, it was awesome sauce.
it was swag.
Pretty good. Swag. Awesome sauce. Yeah, it was a good episode, but unfortunately, there are some good things that must come to an end. And the next time we see you all, it will be for the last Littlest Pet Shop episode ever. And what is the name of that episode?
It is Littlest Pet Street.
Kinda catchy, huh?
Oh, yes, indeed. A very, very suitable title, maybe for a suitable ending to a very more than suitable series. I can't wait to tackle it.
I'm gonna pop a power bomb.
It's gonna be like totes awesome. Nobody's gonna mess with us. This is gonna be the best. We're gonna make sure this review rocks, kicks ass.
Oh, it's going to kick something, all right. It's going to kick us right in our feels.
Yeah.
Damn right.
Oh, I'm sure it will make us.
Maybe cry?
I mean,
Yeah,
if
it's
you're
gonna make
cry,
us. It's gonna make us cry.
oh, well, if you guys are gonna cry, then I guess there's only one word to describe y'all, and I'm gonna spell it out for you. S-A-W-F-T. Soft.
Hey, I'm not soft. I'm not that soft.
I'm tough.
So I guess this is Review Team 3, or RT3 signing out. If you got a problem with it, punch you in the face.
Yes.
So until the next time we see ya for the final episode, peace out, home slices.
I guess I will say cheerio, darlings, to all of you. Keep happy and strong. And remember, rainbows are your friends. Friends.
Also, we'll be seeing you, and you better be here next week in the next one. So, thanks, and say it with me now. Thanks again.
You know, the first rule about Tough Panda Club is never talk about Tough Panda Club.